Urgent, major bombshell in DC, the NFL rivalry that's shaking up the league and about to explode. You won't believe what's happening in the nation's capital. A 4-year-old rivalry is about to reach its boiling point this weekend. A Lions wide receiver still can't let go of the past with our WR, and now, as the Commanders bounce back from their best season in decades, fate has set the stage for an epic clash. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and past trash talk might just turn into fuel for the fire. This is the story no one dared to tell. 5 previously underestimated Commanders players are rewriting their legacies in this historic postseason. From a wide receiver silencing the critics to a kicker turning personal struggles into strength, this group of warriors may hold the key to what could be one of the biggest upsets in recent playoff history. And the breaking news rocking the foundation of the team, our defensive leader might miss the most critical game of the season. The medical room is in chaos, and injuries are mounting at the worst possible time. The fate of the season hangs by a thread, and the next 48 hours will be absolutely crucial. Commanders Nation, if you want all the explosive details behind these stories, drop a like, hit subscribe, and turn on that notification bell ASAP. The truth needs to be told, and you deserve to hear it first. Hail to the Redskins! Boom! What a red-hot story we've got here, family! And let me tell you this, when we talk about motivation in the NFL, this is exactly the kind of thing we mean. Do you get what we've got here? We're talking about drama that's been simmering for 4 years. Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah, that Lions wide receiver who just can't keep his mouth shut, decided to take a jab at our guy Dyami Brown way back in 2022. And why? Pure pettiness, folks. Pure salty energy. But I'll tell you this, isn't it wild how fate operates? Here we are in 2025, with the Commanders having their best season since 1991 with an incredible 12-5 record, and guess who we're set to face? That's right, St. Brown and his Lions. Now let me ask you this, do you remember what St. Brown said back then? I'm going to make every team pay. Ha! Look me in the eyes when I say this, Dyami Brown just delivered his best performance in a Commanders jersey. Coincidence? I think not. Here's where it gets real interesting, family. The Lions can flaunt their 15-2 record all they want, but we've got Marshawn Lattimore and a defense that's absolutely starving. St. Brown wants to hang on to that chip on his shoulder? Perfect. Let him. But let me tell you, our guys are ready for war. And the craziest part? St. Brown is still gripping onto something that happened 4 years ago. That's right, for years, y'all. While he's stuck in the past, we're writing history, fresh off our first playoff win since 2005 against the Bucks. So now I ask you, Commanders family, do you think Dyami Brown is going to channel all of St. Brown's trash talk into another explosive performance this weekend? Or should St. Brown stop living in the past and focus on what's right in front of him? Do you know what it feels like to be backed into a corner? Do you really know what it means to have the odds stacked against you? Let me tell you, we've got 5 warriors who are about to etch their names into the history of this franchise. 5 men with everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. Let me start with Dyami Brown, and listen closely because this is important. This kid has gone from being criticized to being crucial. You want to know why? Because when everyone doubted him, he kept grinding. When everyone was talking, he stayed quiet and hit the gym. And now, boom! 5 catches, 89 yards, and 1 touchdown that shut down Tampa Bay. So let me ask you this, is that luck? Nope. That's the result of perseverance, of hunger, of a drive-to win. And now, with Terry McLaurin backing him up, who dares to doubt Dyami Brown anymore? Now let's talk about Zane Gonzalez, and let me tell you something about this man. A lot of people don't know this, but he struggles with OCD. And do you know what? Instead of letting it hold him back, he turned it into his superpower. 10 out of 10 on field goals, 21 for 21 on extra points. Absolute perfection. And I'll tell you this, when I saw Zane fixing his hair before that last game-winning field goal against the Bucks, some people laughed. But I saw a warrior focusing before battle. And that goalpost helped him out. Football does that sometimes. Let's move on to Noah Igbinoghene. Do you know why you don't hear his name much during games? Because he's doing his job so well quarterbacks don't even look his way. This kid has found his spot in the slot, and let me tell you, he's a gem that Dallas lost. And don't even get me started on Olamide Zakos. He's not the tallest, he's not the fastest, but let me tell you, he's the most reliable. 70.3% catch rate. Do you know what that means? It means when Jaden Daniels needs those critical 8 yards, he knows exactly who to call. Last but not least, Jeremy Chin. Oh, Jeremy Chin! The Panthers thought they could do without him. Big mistake! This man has been playing this season like he's got jets on his shoes and fire in his soul. He's become the heart and soul of our defense alongside Frankie Louvu. And let me tell you this, when we take on Detroit, Chin is going to be Jared Goff's worst nightmare. This game against Detroit isn't just another playoff match. It's a statement. It's the moment where these 5 Warriors can turn their performances into contracts and their plays into legacies. So here's the million-dollar question. Commanders family, which of these 5 Warriors do you think is going to have the game of their life this Saturday? Will it be Diami Brown with another breakout performance? Zane Gonzalez nailing every kick? Or Jeremy Chin terrorizing the Lions' offense? You want to know why I'm this worried? Bobby Wagner, our Warrior, our defensive leader, didn't practice today. And let me tell you this, when a veteran like Wagner misses practice, it's nothing to take lightly. Remember that insane fumble recovery he made against Tampa Bay? The one that set us up for a go-ahead score and made it 20-17? Well, apparently the cost of that heroic play was high. Real high. Here's where it gets tricky, family. Wagner didn't just recover that fumble. He also recorded 8 tackles and half a sack. This man was playing like he was 25 all over again. But I've got to say, that ankle could become a serious problem. And wait, there's more! Jordan McGee is also out with a hamstring injury. Do you know what that means? Our linebacker depth is being severely tested. Now, speaking of the Lions, David Montgomery is back after missing 3 games with an MCL injury. And here's what Dan Campbell had to say. There's a spot for him in this game. Oh, you bet there is. Like we didn't already have enough to handle with Jahmyr Gibbs and his 1,412 rushing yards. But let me ask you this, does it really matter who's on the other side? Because when the Commanders have their backs against the wall, that's when we play our best. Here comes my bold prediction. If Wagner isn't at 100%, we're going to need everyone to step up. Every player, every snap, every second matters. Now let me ask you, Commanders family, do you think Wagner will be ready to go by Saturday? And if he's not, who do you think will rise to fill that massive void? And guess what? There's more. Zane Gonzalez is limited with a hip issue, the same guy who gave us that miraculous game-winning field goal. Darren Payne is dealing with a finger injury. Ben Sinnott's got a shoulder issue. This is a survival test. But let me tell you something, great stories aren't born in comfort. They're written when you stare adversity in the face and say, I'm not backing down. And here's the craziest thing of all, the Lions may have Montgomery back, they may have Terry and Arnold, but what do we have that they don't? The heart of a team that doesn't know when it's beaten. Commanders family, more than ever, I need you to join this conversation because we've got some hot topics to discuss. What do you think about St. Brown's comments about Diami Brown? Will this be the fuel our wide receiver needs for a historic performance? The rivalry is more intense than ever, and we need your opinions. And speaking of Warriors, we've got 5 Titans ready for battle. Who will be the hero on Saturday? From Diami Brown's explosiveness to Zane Gonzalez's precision to Jeremy Chin's ferocity. Who do you think will shine brightest under the spotlight? Wagner's situation has us all on edge. Will our leader be there for this crucial matchup? If not, who will step up and take the reins in this decisive moment? Family, this channel is your home, and every comment you make builds this incredible community. Don't keep your opinions to yourself, we need to hear them. Drop a like if you're as pumped as I am for Saturday's game, leave your predictions in the comments, and if you haven't already, join this family by clicking subscribe. Together, we're stronger. And remember, hail to the Redskins!